As Jimmy White said to you, we are today looking at Griffith University, and we might get straight into it because we're good friends with Griffith and Griffith are good friends with us. They're playing quite an active role in regards to Commonwealth Games too, because let's face it, it's right in the same location. Sam Ragusa is our first guest from Griffith, or from that area, a site and buildings manager and liaison with Commonwealth Games. Sam, you are a member of staff of Griffith?
Yes, I've been with Griffith for about 5 years, and I'm the site and buildings manager.
And how does that tie in now with the Commonwealth Games?
Well, as part of my responsibilities with the university, I look after all to do with planning of the building and the site, obviously, as the name implies, and our site will be used in 1982 as the venue for the accommodation for the athletes for the Commonwealth Games, and we've built a bit of a village, about $7 million worth.
Just a bit of a village?
Yes.
That's underway now?
Yes, in fact we've got our first residents already. They moved in about 2 weeks ago.
How many will be accommodated there when the $7 million has been spent?
Right. Our total student accommodation will be about 702, and in 1982 we'll be looking at housing about 2,000 athletes.
Sam, you had the chance, I think, of seeing Edmonton, the games over there, looking predominantly, I suppose, what, at the village site?
Yes, we went to the University of Alberta, which had provided the accommodation for the games in Edmonton, and they had a rather different type of accommodation situation than we did, in that they had three 11-storey tower blocks which provided the accommodation. Ours is a much different village in that it's low set and spread over about 25 acres.
You're quite happy with progress that's being made to date, with the Games, what, only 2 years away?
Well, we'll have our village complete 2 years in advance of the Games, so we should be able to get all the bugs out by the time the Games arrive.
So they will be lived in?
Yes,
and
most
that's
definitely.
The only time you can decide whether there's anything. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, please don't get me wrong when I say that, but by living in something, or it's like a car, it's only until you drive a car for 12 months do you get to know where the rattles and the squeaks are.
That's right. As I say, we'll debug it before the Games.
Well, I hope the Russians heard that too. They're very interested in things being debugged before they don't take part, of course, in those. Right. Well, we thank you for joining us. Wish you well too, Sam. You've a very big project, but there's a real bonus and real benefit there as far as Queensland is concerned and as far as Griffith is concerned.
That's right. Yeah.
After the Games, well,
yes.
Before and after. Thank you. Sam Ragusa, our first guest from the Griffith University area, on the program with us this morning as we take a brief look at several sections of Griffith University, and our next guest a little bit later on deals with again the Commonwealth Games. He's the project officer for the university, Bob Spark, who'll be guesting with us after we take a quick commercial break.